Our children are not perfect, neither are we perfect. But yet, do we realize that as parents, Allah has made us powerful in the eyes of our children? Children learn through a lot of intensification, attention, and focus. If you have a human infant and you take the infant to the jungle and leave the infant there for like 5 years and you come back, do you think that infant is going to grow up knowing how to talk like you and I, or sit or do anything? It's not going to be more different from the hyenas and the tigers and cheetahs in the jungle. So what information does that give us? Our children look up to us as a model. They learn everything from us. So whatever we see in our children today is a kind of projection of who we actually are. The Prophet ﷺ has said, he said, he who has a child should do what? Be like a child. In Salah, he will go on sujood and Hassan and Hussein will climb over him. And what will he do? He will wait. And one day his companions came up to him and they were like, we thought you were receiving revelation. He said, no. Hassan and Hussein were behind and I wanted them to have a phone. Why was he doing that? He was trying to connect with them. If he tells them to do something, do you think he will encounter any resistance from them? It will be easy for them because there is rapport, there is connection. In most of our homes, we don't connect with our children. We talk down at them. We don't do any of those things. When we want to pass important information to them, it's easy for the children to trash it. They waste all our valuable information and then we're not able to influence them. If we want to influence the children, we must be willing to connect with them. We must be willing to come to them as they are. Then we need to be positive. You know, there is most of the time we see what is going on as, it's all about the rules. Don't. So even before you say it, what happens? The children have already turned up. And as you even know, when don't is like an embedded command. When you're telling a child don't, the don't is like, killed. What they hear is the next thing. So you want to say don't run. What you see the next minute? You see the child running. Can you be more positive and express what exactly you want? Run, don't walk. Be specific and positive in the information you're giving. All of those things comes with a lot of practice. So the place of rapport is very important. The feedbacks are very important. Otherwise, we'll be encountering a kind of conscious resistance from our children. They will not want to listen to what we're saying, no matter how positive the message is. We need to go back and build a relationship. When there's relationship, there's influence. There's influence, we can pick, help them to decide and pick right, irrespective of the situations they face in their life. When some of us already have them as teenagers, they can feel free to come to you, mommy. There's somebody I have a crush on or whatever. You can re-educate them. My daughter once told me, she said, after she had told me about someone that she was feeling some emotional connection with, and I was able to re-educate her. Then when we met again, I said, how is this? And she told me, said, oh, my friend said you don't discuss that kind of things. Your mom, oh, mom, I said, no, you have to discuss with me because I'm the right person that can give you the right information and the right guidance. And alhamdulillah, she keeps coming back and saying, mommy, I know you will understand. If I don't understand, how am I going to be able to point her in the right direction? In those days, we had just maybe the community and a parent's voice. Today, there's a lot competing with that voice with us. We have the social media, we have so many voices. When they hear those voices, what do we want? We want our own voice to drown the voices of all those others. We want our own voice and what we want for them, what we've asked them to do, to be the one that will lead them and guide them. If we're not patient, if we're not listening, if we're not connecting, there is no way we're going to be able to do that. Listen, understand their big why. When we know the why, then we'll be able to model them in the right place. And another thing is they need to have the right role models. We need to ask them. We need to make it a conscious effort. One of the things I do in my home is when we're driving out in the morning to school, we all know the early morning rush. So we get a book, and there's so many of them now. 365 days with the Prophet, 365 days with the Sahaba. Even if it's just one a day, it goes a long way. Take turns, let the children read, let them share it. And if your children are still so little that they can't read, take the lead, read to them. You're building in them a lifelong love for learning and something that they will carry far into their adult life. Those are the things that will influence them, that will help them in their decision making. And inshallah, when we look back, we'll have every reason to say, yes, it was well worth it and we're able to impact them.